Honestly, I'm a bit worried for July in Duel Links because last year we got Supreme King Jaden with a structure deck and a selection mini box and no new core mini box until the end of August, meaning 60 plus days of no free-to-play content. It was the dark time for Duel Links. Hopefully, this month can be better, but before we do have Gym. Dart Alligator isn't really all that great, but Shell Knight is actually really cool. For fossils, this is going to be a very good free-to-play card. Normal summon, goes defense mode, deals some damage, and if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a level 8 rock from your deck to your hand, or if there's a fossil fusion in your graveyard, just summon it out to your field. Pretty good. But let's go back to Duel Links and see what is coming in July. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be good. We have the Turbo Duel GP. Okay, with the new UR card Rose Girl and SR card back to square one, and the Talk Ambition Bingo with Spell Gear. So Spell Gear is a reprint. We've had this card, been like 10,000 times now. But the other two are brand new cards, and also the KCGT Stage 1 for the main tournament. That's pretty cool on a Saturday. If you want to watch that, and hopefully there's no connection issues and a scuff stream last year, hopefully it's pretty good. So let's go to Duel Links meta and see what the brand new cards actually do. So first of all is Rose Girl. This card of course was in the Keys' event deck in the Tag Duel tournament, and was one card we were kind of missing for the Rose Dragon deck, and its main goal is to be an extender when you summon Black Rose. You summon this out, you then make Ruddy Rose. It's pretty good. I thought they'd box it up, but apparently not. It's just going to be an event card, which is really cool. Then we have back to square one. Probably the better card, right? Discard one card, target monster field, put it on the top of the deck. This is a very cool form of removal. Of course, if your opponent has a big monster on the board that they summon from the extra deck, you just bounce it back, which is, great for against photons, right? If they go into the Galaxy as Photon Lord, you can bounce it back, get rid of a negate. It's pretty good. And this card came from Rise of Destiny, which was a set in TCG that didn't really do too hotly. A cool card from that era, from back 2005-ish, so let's go back to Duel Links. And we have Bakura returning, Dark Dimension Bakura K finally unlockable again with a new UR card, Zombie Power Struggle, and a brand new skill, Master of Advanced Ritual Arts, which goes around as well to the mission circuit with Twilight Rose Knight, which of course is a reprint, which we've had on Duel Links already for ages, so let's see the brand new card, and I think the skill is the one that leaked back with the last main box, so very cool. So, Zombie Power Struggle, a quick play spell card, target a zombie on the field. It gains 1k or loses 1k, which is fine. It's not all that great of an effect. And during your main phase, this card's in your graveyard. You can shuffle a banished zombie back into your deck, and then set this card. Banish it when it leaves the field. So, you get a plus 1000, minus 1000 if you want it. Of course, with Zombie World, this does make this card good against your opponent's cards, so that is one kind of takeaway from it. But overall, doesn't seem all that great right now. Maybe with some more support it would be good, but for the moment, doesn't really seem that enticing to me. And of course, Sakuras New Skill that was leaked a while ago, Master of Advanced Rights. Each following effects can be used once per turn. If you use a skill, you can't normal special summon any monsters except rituals until the end of your next turn. So this is the big thing, is that if this is worded how I think it is, then you just can't summon your mana. You can't use a search, right? You can't do that. If this only takes into effect after playing the skill, then this won't be that bad, but if it's fully, then this is going to be a very harsh skill to kind of run. Either return a monster in your hand to the deck, then add an advanced ritual art from your deck to your hand, which we have via the structure deck, Dark Magician 1, the Ritual 1, back from Dark Dimensions World, or select a normal monster and a ritual spell on your graveyard and put them back into the deck. So I think you can use this more than once per turn, which is really cool, right? Use both effects, but again, that restriction is really harsh if it works the way it sounds, in that you can't do anything that turn apart from Ritual Summon. If you can do, then it's better. If you can't, then it's just kind of dog shit. And back to Duel Links, we have in our next slot, a certain character will appear. This time around, Paradox will return to GX World with the UR card Megamorph and the SR card Revenge Valley. So I think the next time round will be in DM mod, right? It's kind of what he did in the movie, right? He went to 5Ds, then GX, then DM. But I still don't think he's going to be unlockable. But if he's not here, if he's not unlockable in July, then we can't be getting a structure deck selection mini box like thing, right? They can't be doing that again. Because I always thought that if Paradox this month was the unlock, then 100% it was structure deck, selection box, and that'd be it. But seemingly, it's not going to be it. So I'm going to scroll down some more. We have late July, Wave Duel Scramble, okay. Again, I thought these two events go hand in hand, right? This whole Wave Duel event is about different worlds and characters kind of mixing and mashing. And so it makes sense for Paradox to be unlocked in that kind of event if he is unlockable. I still think the whole asset thing is saying he won't be, and it'll just be a roaming event for the next, 6 months. But sure, let's just carry on. We have Mission Research, which is great, and a brand new Legendary Duelist, okay. That is the quote for Rio. Mini box with Rio. There is no way to give her a structure deck. She doesn't really have anything that can be structure deck worthy, I think. I think you give her a mini box, give her some more Shark support, and overall, that would make a pretty cool command for Duel Links, but let's go to those brand new cards for Paradox and see if they're any good, because I know one of them is pretty important. So, we finally have Mega Morphing Duel Links. This is a very classic card from the Duel Monsters era, and this would help with some farm decks, not Ra, because Ra, it doubles its original attack, which Ra, original attack points, would be 0. So, this won't work with your Ra farm deck, but if you're life low on your opponents, your attack becomes double. If they're higher, your monster becomes half. So, you can just equip this to your opponent's monster, make it super weak, and attack in. But I think this is more of an NPC card, like, if you're fighting in Duel World, you tech this in, and your AI will use the auto-duel, and it'll probably be good in that, right? It'll be good for that. But on ladder, it's not going to be all that great. But a cool card, a classic card, come to Duel Links is always very cool. And Revenge Rally is a pretty cool trap card, but isn't all that great because it is a trap card, right? Target monster on the field, it gains 5 type of defense, and if it's sent to the graveyard, because it's sent to the graveyard, you draw 1 card. Or, if you play this turn, you draw 2, then discard 1. It's just very slow, right, for a draw 1, which is, yeah, it just isn't all that amazing to me, honestly. And overall, this month of Duel Links is fine, right? It's better than last year, assuming that Rio comes and doesn't give us a structure deck and a selection mini, right? Which I don't think she will. I think you can't really make a structure deck out of Rio that is actually enticing for players to go into. So I hope not, at least. I really hope not, because then that means what happens in August, because that would then mean a main box in August, then a main box in September, which we haven't had since Valhalla Calling in like pre-Dark Dimensions World, right? So I guess they could be doing that in August, or they could save the mini selection mini structure deck for before in August. Like, you just don't know. It's going to be a weird one, but overall, this is a pretty solid month for Duel Links. Nothing overly amazing, but reward card wise, Rose Skull, very cool. Bat Square 1, very cool. The Master Advanced Right skill could be fun if it works the way that we want it to work, and not the way it kind of says it works. And of course, Mega Morph, very cool. But we don't know the cards we're going to be getting in the, the Wave Duel Scramble. So there is still some stuff up in the air. And of course, Jim coming to Duel Links on the 28th, so not too long to wait for that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next Duel Links video. Let me know your thoughts down below. See you then.